Goldfish, a superb set at the Cape Town Electronic Music Festival. How was it for you up there on stage?
It was awesome. I think it was one of the most fun sets we've done all year, by far.
It was an absolute treat. Honestly, it was a lot of music we don't get to play often or ever. We kind of like we got all these like secret tracks that we kind of like have to like sort of keep under the woodwork, and today was the perfect opportunity to play them. The audience is such a diverse mix of people. They aren't Goldfish fans; they're music fans, and yeah, it's such a treat.
You've played all over the world to really huge audiences and some also quite niche ones. So you're perfectly positioned to answer a question about how Cape Town and South African electronic music is developing. How do you think the scene's going?
Wow. Well, personally, it's just been phenomenal. The last 5 years have been just an explosion. I mean, the amount of duos, electronic producers, DJs that we've seen just pop out of the woodwork and totally blow us away is phenomenal. I mean, it's just reached that critical mass, and I think, you know, that today's festival is kind of, or this weekend's festival has been a manifestation of there being all these artists that don't have, you know, a mouthpiece, and that's what the Cape Town Electronic Music Festival is all about, is giving those artists a place to, you know, express themselves.
David, a question for you specifically. Not only have you got a history in jazz, but you're also in, for lack of a better term, an indie rock band, before that term was fancy. So you've been around for the rise of a fashion of music, which then declined. Do you think Goldfish is future-proof? Can this music last? Can you carry on riding the wave?
Well, I think electronic music in general is definitely way more future-proof than anything else, purely because it's steeped in technology, it's based on technology, it's promoted with technology, and I don't see anything changing in the future, or anytime soon at least. So I think out of everything, yes. I mean, at the end of the day, fads come and go, and if we always try and make music that we like and we feel is good music, and I feel that if you make good music, it'll last no matter what the fad is. Because like when we started playing, you know, together, house wasn't really like the most popular thing to do, and lucky for us, it's sort of gained in popularity in general, and electronic music has just sort of risen up, and it's just been crazy. And like, honestly, it'll have twists and turns. Like, dubstep's arrived, and like all the kids are going mental, but like 15 years ago, that was drum and bass. You know, rave had been here, and then suddenly drum and bass came, and the kids were going mental. I was one of them. But it's great, you know, since our very first gig at your birthday, you know, every time we played a gig, we had a very positive response in general. Yeah, sure, some people were like, oh, maybe we should try this, or maybe we shouldn't do that, or whatever. But in general, compared to every other band I ever played in, it was an amazing, change, or like turnaround. Because you would always, playing in a band or any band, you're always like trying to convince people. You're like a salesman. You're like a fucking insurance salesman or something, or like knocking on the door trying to sell books with no hair. And you know, and the most incredible thing with Goldfish is that we've always had like this positive like response from all, like, people from all walks of life, all different styles. Sure, some people, you know, the more hardcore electronic music people think we're like a little bit too like poppy or something, and then like the uber pop people think we're too like jazz or something. But that's the extremes, and there's always going to be extremes, and there's always going to be people who don't like you. But in general, it's been incredible, and I don't see, with the appeal and the amount of people from different age groups that we've been appealing to somehow, I don't really see us having a hard time for the life of Goldfish, you know.
Last question, Dom. This one's for you, which is, what's next for Goldfish 2012 and beyond?
What's next for Goldfish? Well, you know, last year was like a big year for us. We signed a major label deal with a big record company, and that was obviously a huge step for us. Kind of that recognition that we obviously have some sort of value around the world. And it's been amazing working with them, and it's exciting. We've got a new album coming out. Basically what's happening is it's a body of work called Goldfish Goldfish, Goldfish is the album. It's a body of work, all of our previous successful tracks, plus a couple of new tracks, and it's a great start as a foot forward for if you don't know about Goldfish, if you're in the rest of the world and maybe you haven't heard about us, it'll be a refresher previously on Goldfish, you know. So, you know, that's going to be exciting. We'll be releasing that. We'll be heading to Ibiza again next month, and we're going to be doing a massive show there with Diplo, David Guetta, Paul Oakenfold, and it's just crazy. I mean, we're two guys from Cape Town suddenly like playing these massive festivals overseas, and yeah, it's awesome.
Thanks again, guys, and congratulations. Well done.